James Thornton's heart skipped a beat the moment he stepped onto the bustling construction site that morning. He was a self-made millionaire, a man whose life had been carved from sheer determination, long hours, and ruthless business deals. But wealth, he had discovered painfully, could never shield him from loss. And today, standing among piles of concrete and steel, he froze. There she was, or at least someone who looked exactly like her. The worker, a young woman with soft auburn hair falling just past her shoulders, had a gentle smile and eyes that mirrored the light of hope and innocence. The resemblance was so uncanny that James's knees nearly buckled. His daughter, Grace, had vanished 5 years ago without a trace, leaving a wound in his soul that no money could heal. The mere sight of this stranger brought memories crashing back. The lullabies, the bedtime stories, the way Grace would laugh without a care in the world. Before I continue, if you believe in kindness, fate, or second chances, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stories like this remind us that miracles can happen when we least expect them. James forced himself to take a deep breath, trying to steady the whirlwind of emotions inside him. The worker, oblivious to the storm she had ignited, lifted a steel beam with effortless strength and a surprising grace. She moved with the quiet resilience of someone who had known hardship but refused to let it define her. Something in the way she carried herself, her gentle determination, reminded James of Grace's spirit. Over the next few days, James couldn't stop thinking about her. He found himself returning to the site under the pretense of inspecting progress, yet every step he took was drawn to her. Observing her from a distance, he noticed the way she helped the newer workers, patiently teaching them the ropes, and how her laughter brought a brief warmth to the otherwise cold and noisy environment. Each glance, each small act, pulled at James's heartstrings, stirring a mixture of hope and fear. He learned her name was Clara. She had moved from a small town in Ohio to this city, seeking work and a fresh start. She had no family here and survived by taking whatever job she could. The similarities between her and Grace were astonishing. Same freckle patterns, same hazel eyes that caught the sunlight, even the way she tucked her hair behind her ear when she was focused. James wanted to believe in a miracle, but a voice inside him whispered caution. Haunted by memories of failed searches and dead ends, James wrestled with a swirl of emotions, hope, doubt, and guilt. He remembered the night Grace disappeared, the frantic calls to the police, the empty hours spent combing neighborhoods, and the helplessness that had consumed him. He had tried to fill the void with work, with acquisitions, and with charity projects, but the emptiness never left. Seeing Clara felt like destiny, but he feared opening his heart again to what might be a cruel illusion. Driven by an urgent need for answers, James approached Clara one evening as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the construction site. She was wiping sweat from her brow, her muscles sore from the day's labor, but she smiled politely when he introduced himself. Her voice was melodic, soft yet confident, a sound that triggered something deep in James's memory. Over the following weeks, he made excuses to interact with her, offering guidance on work safety, occasionally bringing coffee, engaging in casual conversations about life and hopes. With each interaction, he noticed little things that reminded him of Grace, the way Clara laughed when embarrassed, her instinct to comfort others, the gentle way she touched her necklace when lost in thought. His heart was in constant turmoil, oscillating between cautious hope and fear of disappointment. Then came the day that changed everything. Clara had injured her ankle while moving a heavy beam. James rushed to her side, helping her to a nearby bench. As he held her hand to examine the swelling, he noticed a small birthmark on her wrist, an intricate shape he remembered Grace having since birth. His breath caught. Could it really be her? The resemblance, the birthmark, the gentle spirit, it all pointed to something beyond coincidence. The following days were filled with careful investigation. James hired a private investigator, hoping against hope that this young woman was indeed his daughter. Each phone call, each piece of evidence, made his heart race and falter in equal measure. And then, one crisp morning, the truth arrived. Clara, through tears and hesitant words, revealed the story of her childhood, a story of abduction, of being moved from foster home to foster home, of always wondering if she had a family somewhere waiting for her. DNA tests confirmed it beyond doubt. Clara was Grace, his lost daughter, alive against all odds. The reunion was nothing short of cinematic. James fell to his knees, unable to speak, as Clara collapsed into his arms. Years of pain, fear, and longing melted into tears that neither could contain. The construction site, once a place of noise and labor, became a sanctuary of love and healing. Clara's eyes shone with a mixture of disbelief and joy, finally able to call the man before her dad without hesitation or doubt. Life slowly began to change for both of them. James made sure Clara had every opportunity she deserved: education, guidance, and above all, the love that had been stolen from her for so long. Yet beyond the material comforts, it was the emotional connection that defined their reunion. James learned to let go of guilt and grief, embracing each day with Clara as a reminder that miracles could happen, even in the darkest of times. Clara, too, found healing in the love of her father. She no longer had to navigate life alone. Each evening, they would sit together, sharing stories, laughter, and sometimes tears. The scars of the past remained, but they were softened by the warmth of a bond rediscovered. Together, they rebuilt the life that had been shattered, proving that love and hope could overcome even the deepest of losses. For James, the experience was a humbling reminder that life's greatest treasures are not found in wealth or power, but in human connection, forgiveness, and the courage to hope. For Clara, it was a journey from fear to belonging, from isolation to unconditional love, and for anyone watching their story unfold, it was a testament to the power of faith, patience, and the inexplicable ways the universe can surprise us. If this story touched your heart, please take a moment to like, share, and comment below. Your support helps us continue sharing stories that inspire, uplift, and remind us all of the miracles that exist in the world. Before you go, I'd love for you to comment on what second chance in life has inspired you the most. Your stories might touch someone else's heart today. In the end, James and Clara walked through the park near their home, sunlight streaming through the trees, laughter echoing around them. Life had given them a second chance, a rare gift that few are fortunate enough to receive. And in that moment, they knew that no matter what the future held, they would face it together. Father and daughter, reunited, healed, and infinitely grateful.